take a look at the kit that we call Traveler's Notebook Memory Keeping. The reason we call that is it includes a standard size Traveler's Notebook in with the kit. And this kit is, so if you're wondering, well, what is the use of the kit? What is the purpose? If you're into any sort of memory keeping or scrapbooking, you like to make mini albums, paper crafting, then this is an option for you. Art journaling, this works really well for that. Is gratitude journaling, a lot of different things that you could use this setup for. It's basically, the idea behind it is if you want a simple, creative, but compact way to record your memories, then the Traveler's Notebook Memory Keeping Kit is perfect for that. What I love about it is it's easy to store. It doesn't take up a lot of room. Here is a finished booklet that I have. So you can imagine if you do one a month even, you're not going to have a whole lot to store. It's great for memory keeping on the go. I mean, basically, if I grabbed one of the kits, and I'll go through this in a minute, I'll show you, give you an idea what is in our kits. If I grabbed one of these, some adhesive, a pen, pair of scissors, some black ink, and a stamping block, and I threw that in here, if I wanted to even go a little further, maybe a small paper trimmer, and then that's it. That's all you would need. You could throw these items in here, take this with you. You go to the beach, if you're staying in your RV. I've even done this when I've traveled, when we've gone on vacation, because it's so fun to take with me and kind of do as I go, add the pictures later, but get the layouts done. So it's a great way to, especially in the summer, you take this and sit out by the pool with the kids and you can work on this. You don't need a lot of material to do it. It's a lot of fun. Like I said, it's an easy, compact way to have that creative outlet for memory keeping. You're not doing the larger 12 by 12 or the pocket style of memory keeping or scrapbooking. It's just nice and compact. And I'll go over some other ideas on how to use these books, and I'll show you some examples of what I've done. But that, in a nutshell, is what the Traveler's Notebook Memory Keeping Kit is geared toward. So let's take a look at what is included in the kit. And this is the February kit. I have a January one, just to kind of show you variety. I'll go through that in a minute. But what I want to do is I want to show you what comes in the kit and the items that you can expect every month, so you kind of get an idea of what is consistent. So the first thing I want to show you is the Simple Dory booklet. And this is a standard size Traveler's Notebook. It has a craft cover, and then on the inside it has this beautiful pattern that wraps around to the front and the back. So if you wanted to, you could take the craft off and just use it this way. You could also cover the front and decorate it. You can see I did that on this one here. The other thing you can do, I like to use this as my little title. And again, I'll show you what I did with that on this one. I have the July memories. That's from a number of summers ago is what I did that booklet for. And then you can see where the way that it's set up is there's a pattern paper on one side and then either a regular grid or a dot grid. There's a few in here that are completely blank, just with the grid on them, or a dot grid. And those are fun because then you can be completely creative and use those however you want. Once in a while, we'll have a little quote or word or an image on a few of them. But the majority of them are set up with a pattern on one side and then some sort of grid or line on the other. So it just kind of gives you, this one has the artwork all the way across. So it gives you an idea of the booklet. And I'll show you some ideas on how you would use these pages as well in a minute, but I just want to go through the contents of the kit first. So that just kind of gives you an idea of what is in the notebook. And then, so every month you will get a notebook. You will get a roll of washi tape. you will get a set of adhesive backed die cuts. So these are basically die cut stickers. And sometimes you get labels, either sayings, sometimes little tags. Sometimes we do little banners. So there's all kinds of cute stuff that comes in here. And then, so I want to show you, I'm going to peel that off. So these are just basically like die cut stickers. So you will get a set of those. And those are relatively flat. There's not a lot of bulk with those at all. You will always get a set of glitter dots. You will always get a stamp set. And you will get 4 Traveler's Notebook memory keeping cards. We just call them TNMK cards. And what these are nice, so if you have those sections that are completely blank, you can drop that in there like that and you can create a page. And that's the thing I love about the system is you can be as detailed, as creative as you want. You can keep them simple. You can put a picture on one side, on the pattern side, add a little journaling and a title, and you're done. You could put a simple title in the middle of that beautiful pattern paper, photograph, journaling, and done. Embellish a little bit. It's just super, you can do as much as you want. And these are just another tool to help you finish those pages. So for instance, you could put this with the hearts. That's really, really cute. And of course it all coordinates, making it even easier. So you always get 4 of those. You will get a sheet of chipboard, and this changes every single month. You will always get an alpha. Sometimes it's a puffy alpha, sometimes it's just regular sticker alpha, sometimes the font changes, but you will always get a sheet of alphas. And then you will get 6 sheets. There's so much in these kits. I tell you what, we pack them. You will get 6 sheets of pattern paper, 2 of each of 3 designs. So they're double-sided, and so we don't make you have to choose between which side you like best. So we give you 6 sheets of pattern paper. And the pattern paper, and again, I'll show you in the examples here in a minute, but you could wrap the cover in these if you wanted to. You could cut strips out to make layouts, to mat your photographs, to make titles out of, to use for journaling blocks. There's a lot of different ways that you can use the pattern paper in there. And then the other nice thing is we include a set of instruction sheets. You don't have to print these out. These are printed out and included in the kit. So if you're new to scrapbooking or memory keeping, especially to this particular system, I create a couple of layouts and I give you step-by-step instructions so it helps you get started. Also, like let's say you're in a creative rut. It's a great way to give you some inspiration and a jumping off point. So you get 2 step-by-steps for 2 layouts, and then you have a sketch as well. So you get all 3 of those sheets. And even if you've been doing it a while, it's nice to go through here because it will include bits of, when we design the kits, there's intent behind some of the designs or ways that I'm picturing how they will be used. And this is a great way for me to express that to you, is to include that in the layouts that I create. And I like to do that because there's ideas that I have, rolling around in my head, and I love to be able to express that to you on how to use some of the product. And then also I'll just include just sometimes some design tips or other little things in here. So this is a great resource that comes right with the kit every month. So you get all of this, and then we always throw in a few surprises. So let me show you what those are for February. So for February, what we did is we included this fun little adhesive pocket, and it's in a heart shape. I don't know if you can see that. So it's in a little heart shape. It's adhesive backed, and I actually used this on one of my layouts, but it's a little pocket. So you can tuck in a little photograph in there. I stamped the tag and used that and tucked it in there with my journaling. But then we also included another set of the heart die cuts. And these do not have anything on them. These are adhesive backed as well. And the nice thing about these, if you want to leave the adhesive or the backing on, then they're just a regular die cut, which you could also take these, add some journaling, and you could then tuck them in the cute little pocket. So these were the kind of variable things, the little surprise things that we added in there this month as well. So there's a ton in here. Just to let you know, like the retail value of our Traveler's Notebook memory keeping kits are anywhere from $68 to $74 if you were to buy all of this stuff separately. So getting the sub cost, if you subscribe, it makes it an amazing bargain. I mean, all of our kits, there's so much in them, and you could create an entire album and have stuff left over to make cards, to make other layouts. So many fun things that you could do with the product. So that is the February one. Let me show you, just give you a quick little look at what's in the January one, just to give you an idea of the variety of colors, of designs every month, kind of idea of a few things that change. So here's January. And again, you get the washi tape, and sometimes it's the thinner washi tape, sometimes it's the thicker. So you have this beautiful grid washi tape. The die cuts, we did a second set of die cuts, and these have the fun little quotes on them, which are real fun to add to a layout or buy a photo. This is the stamp set for this month. And then we included this fun little stitching card. So what you would do with this is you would mark off the pattern. I don't know if you can see that. It's a little stencil. And then we included the thread that if you wanted to sew on the layout, you could. So it's a fun technique to try, which is another thing I want to mention. We try to stretch your creativity a little bit and give you ideas on different ways to use things and introduce you to new things as well. So that's what that is for. The glitter dots. And then you get 4 of the TNMK cards. So again, you get those. You get the notebook. So you can see here is the January notebook. You get a set of alphas. And then this month we included the rub-ons. So that was another thing that was different this month. We included the rub-ons. And then you get the 6 sheets of pattern paper. And again, there's 3, and then they're double-sided as well. So you can see that. And normally there is a sheet of chipboard in here as well. I apologize. I had to try and put together we're sold out of this. And I had to try and put together a kit to show you an example. So I don't have the chipboard sheet, but it did come with one in it. But sadly, I don't have that because I'm trying to put one together to show you, and we're all sold out of the January ones. And again, the instruction sheets, so you get those. And so that is an idea of the January kit and everything that is included with it. So just to kind of give you an idea of the color variety, the variety of items. So that is January. So let me show you a little bit now of different ways that you can adapt this kit or use this kit, and show you what I've done. So now you can keep it bound as I've done here like this. And I'm gonna just flip through this real quick just to kind of give you an idea what a finished one looks like. This is, like I said, this is from a number of, this is 2018. So this is a number of summers ago. And I just added a photo. I did some stamping on the photo and added that to the front. And then I used this section here for to label my booklet. And then you can see I added some tabs. I used there's the glitter dots on there, some of the washi tape. I used some of the pattern paper and strips on here. There's some alphas in there. And then all I did for most of these was just print out some of the smaller Polaroids. So here again, you can see where I added strips of pattern paper. There's a large tag that I added from my stash. I did some die cut. And then I also used some spray ink on there as well. I did some stamping. But you can see where what you can see how it's set up with the pattern paper on one side and then the photograph on the other. So you can just see where I've added. And this one, this is really fun. So if you want to add a bunch of pictures, what you do is you lay them down, and I just adhered the top of each one. So I staggered them. So each photo is a little bit smaller. I staggered them and adhered them with a strip of washi tape. And so you can get, like if you go on vacation and you have a ton of pictures, it's a great way to add them all in there. So I have a bunch of those. I did a cutout in there so that it frames it depending on, so as I mentioned, you can get as creative or as detailed as you want. You could do something as simple as this one or as complicated as this one. So you can go either way. I like to sometimes print out my journaling and just stick it on there rather than my handwriting. This one I've got a little tag in there with the journaling. I just sewed on a pocket using some of the paper, the pattern paper. This one was super simple, some die cuts. And then this one, again, I made another little pocket, put the hearts on there. And this one's nice because if you have a pocket like that, you can add a few pictures in there. And again, this is a super simple layout right here. This one was real easy. I just printed out this quote and stuck it on there with a full page photograph. So super easy to do. Like I said, you can get as creative and as many layers in there as you want. And you can see it really, even though I'm using chipboard and foam dots and all of that in here, it still isn't that big. So it doesn't bulk it up that much. So don't be afraid to use the chipboard and stuff like that on those pages. So now I just leave them like this. If you want to, you can put them in a standard cover. You could put them in here if you wanted to keep them in, if you wanted to have a cover for them. This polka dot one, we actually have in the store. So you can purchase this Cocoa Daisy version if you want. That's in our store. Another way that you can do it, if you want to make it even more like a ring-bound mini album, you can do that just by cutting it apart. You would take it and you would take the staples out, and then you would just cut down each page. And then you could have it more like a regular booklet. Now, if you wanted to really bulk this up, if you wanted to add more pages in, this is a great way to do that. And you can see I did that with this one because I wanted to be able to add this piece of vellum as a page. So you can see I did that here with the piece of vellum. And again, this one was from, I think this was from last June, possibly. So there was some rub-ons in there, and I just cut this up and used it. And this was one of the TNMK cards that I put in here. So there's a number of different ways that you can use these. And again, just depends on how creative you want to get. You could get a larger ring-bound planner cover, and you could put a couple in at a time if you wanted to. You could just kind of, the possibilities are endless with this. It really, really is. Here's a couple more layouts that I created. This was from last May, I believe. So you can see where I added a lot of the pattern paper. I cut that out, added some chipboard, rub on some stamping on there. Here is, I have another one in here somewhere. Let me find it. There it is. And there's another one. I just used some strips of pattern paper, did some fun stamping on there, used some of the die cuts. So again, you can add, I did some paint splatters, and you can see by the paper, the paper quality is amazing. It's the same paper quality that we use on our inserts as well. And so you can do paint, you can do stamping, you're not gonna get that bleed through, which is really, really nice. And as I mentioned before in some of the other videos too, all of our booklets, our paper products are all made here in the USA. So that is an idea, just a couple of examples of how I've used the kits, the way that I put them together. And as I said before, I love this system because you can get as creative as you want, but if you're in a hurry, you still want to record some stuff, you can keep it simple and it still looks great. It's compact, it doesn't take up a lot of space to store. That was one of the challenges I think that we had when we were doing 12 by 12, is storing all of the huge albums for those layouts. I still love to do 12 by 12 a little bit. I'll do a few here and there, just depending on what mood I'm in, because I like that big canvas sometimes. But as far as kind of everyday memory keeping, this is a great alternative to that. So that is the Traveler's Notebook Memory Keeping Kit. And I hope that has kind of given you some inspiration, giving you a little bit more in depth of what the kit is, what it's all about. And yeah, if you have any questions, make sure that you always join us on our Planner Fans Facebook page. So the Cocoa Daisy Planner Fans Facebook page, or fan page, sorry, the Cocoa Daisy fan page on Facebook. You can, we share lots of stuff. The design team shares a lot of stuff on the blog as well. And we love to share inspiration and answer questions on there. So thanks so much for joining me. Hi everybody, it's Christine with Cocoa Daisy, and I want to say thank you for spending a few minutes with me to learn more about our kits and the product that we offer and all of the different options. I love being able to offer you a wide variety of items for your creative lifestyle, things that I love to use and that we love to create and share and inspire with. And I'm just thrilled to be able to offer all of those options. And hopefully this video has helped you kind of understand a little bit more what's going on with this kit or these inserts, and help you know how to apply that to your creative lifestyle and your creative endeavors. And I also wanted to take a moment to mention that I'm very, very proud to say that a lot of our product is made right here in the good old USA and in Canada. All of our papers, our inserts, our Daisy planner, and our booklets, those are all made, actually they're made locally right here in Michigan. And our stamps are made in the USA and our stickers are produced in Canada. So that's just something else that I wanted to mention that I'm very proud of, that we get to offer to you as well. So again, I hope you found this useful, and we will talk to you soon.